So once again, good afternoon, grades 9 and 10. This is our fourth lesson for the second quarter, which is entitled Geometry Problems. Under Geometry Problems, we have here surface area and volume. Way back when we had our third module, we defined area as the total number of squares in a given plane figure. But when you talk about surface area, it is now going to find the total number of squares in a given solid figure. And this figure is a three-dimensional figure. Why it is solid? Because you are now having a third dimension, which is the height or thickness. To understand what surface area or how to compute surface area and even volume, I suppose, we have to create a net figure of each figure. Because the understanding of surface area is the sum of all the areas of the faces of the given solid. So for example, if you have here a prism, a triangular prism and a rectangular prism, we have 6 faces for a rectangular prism and you have 4 faces for a triangular prism. You're going to find all the areas of the faces and then you add it. That's the total surface area of a certain solid. Again, find the area of the base, find the area of the top face, find the area of the lateral faces, the left and right, and then the front and the back face. That's how you are going to count the total surface area of a certain solid figure. Prisms are named prisms because they have blank. In the definition before, in the previous frame we have here, prisms are solids with 2 identical ends and all faces are flat. Aside from this being called a prism, what is the other category for a prism to be a prism? Or let me rephrase my question. Is a cube a prism? We have a rectangular prism, we have a square prism, we have a triangular prism, but the question there goes with a cube. The faces of a cube are all squares. There are 6 equal squares as the face of or the faces of a cube. A good example of a cube is a die, the one that is used in snakes and ladder or in some gambling activities. So let me go back now to my question. Is a cube a prism? If it is a yes, support your answer. If it is a no, support your answer. Let me start calling Rain from the grade 10. Can you share to me your thoughts on prisms?
Yes,
Why?
because uh, it still has all the ends and all flat sides. It's just that it's a special kind of prism.
So your point there is all faces are flat and it is a special kind of a prism. Noted. Let me ask one of the grade 9. Thank you, Rain, for your answer. Let me ask Kent Buliser to represent the grade 9. What is your stand? Is a cube a prism or not?
I'm not sure of my answer, sir, but I think it's not a prism, sir.
Why?
It's because the definition states that a solid object that has 2 identical ends, and I think the cube has 3. Yeah, I think it has 3, sir. But it fits the definition. It has all flat sides, sir.
So you are on the negative side, or rather, you're on the other side as the answer of Rain, but your definition was taken from the 2 identical sides since a cube has 3 identical sides, which is the length, the width, and the height are all equal to each other. Actually, class, let me say that the answer of Rain is correct in some ways where she said it is a special kind of a prism. And the answer of Kent is correct in a way wherein he said that it has 3 identical sides and not only 2. But the correct answer goes with it as a non-prism. A cube is not a prism because the definition of a prism class is like this. A prism has a rectangular face. Again, a prism has a rectangular face. Whatever kind of a prism there is, if for as long as it is called a prism, it has a face which is a rectangle. And that face are the lateral face. Again, a prism has a rectangular face. Oh no, sorry, let me fuse the 2 definitions then. A prism has a rectangular lateral face. Which are these lateral faces? Front and back, left and right. Naming a prism depends on the base. If the base is a rectangle, then it is called a rectangular prism. If the base is a triangle, then you are going to call it as a triangular prism, much like the same with these 2 examples. If the base is a square, you'll call it a square prism. If the base is a pentagon, you'll call it as a pentagonal prism. If a base is a hexagon, you'll call it as a hexagonal prism, and so on and so forth. You can even call a prism with an octagon base as an octagonal prism. Okay, so that's the definition of a prism. When you talk about prism to pyramids, pyramids differ from prism. How does pyramids differ from prism? Again, pyramids and prism differs in some ways. If you imagine a prism versus a pyramid, how do they differ then? Let me call from the grade 10 first. Thea, how are prisms differ from pyramids?
I think a prism is in a parallel way, then in a pyramid is in a front something.
In a diagonal way, which is not parallel. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you have a point, but it's still not enough. No, thank you, Thea. That is correct, but still not enough as an answer. Let me call a grade 9 to support the answer of Thea and probably extend the definition of a pyramid. Ken Robertson.
Sir, I don't really have an exact idea yet. I'm still trying to think. I don't have an idea yet.
Okay, so thank you for that, Robertson. Let me call another representative from the grade 9. How about Al? Do we have Al? Al, since Alex is around, so I think Al is around. Al, what is your stand on it, Al?
The difference?
The difference between a prism and a pyramid.
What I think lang ha, since prism has rectangular faces, then pyramids have triangular man.
Very good. And that's just what I want you to look at, class. Thank you, Al, for stating the obvious, Al. Whatever the base of your figures, the only difference that you can see from a pyramid to a prism are their lateral faces. In the words of Thea, maybe Thea failed to get the correct term there, pahigda or whatever. But the faces of a prism are all rectangles. The faces of a pyramid are all triangles. That's the difference, huh? Prism, rectangular faces. Pyramids, triangular faces, lateral faces. And the two of them can be collectively called P. There's a collective term for the two of them, class. Pyramids and prisms are called polyhedra or polyhedron. Okay? From the prefix poly, which means many, and from the suffix hedron, which means heads. And these heads are also related to polygons, which means they have a polygon head. In other words, prisms and pyramids are polyhedrons or polyhedra rather, not polyhedrons, which means they have flat faces. The general term for the two of them is a polyhedron, which means they have flat faces. Whether it is a triangle or a rectangle or a square base, all of the faces of a prism and a pyramid has a flat face. Now, let's go to a cylinder, a cone, and a sphere. Do we have a flat face of a sphere? Do we have a flat face for a sphere, class? Sphere. Example of a sphere: tennis ball, basketball, soccer ball, volleyball, ping pong ball. I think all that has a ball. The balls, their sphere. Do we have a flat face of a sphere? Leija?
No.
None. Very good. None. So 0 flat face. I hope this can be seen from your perspective. I'll just use red na lang. What about a cone? Do we have a flat face of a cone? John Abiliana. Example of it is an ice cream cone, a party hat, a cone that is used by traffic enforcers to cordon a traffic. So do we have a flat face of a cone?
No.
None, according to John. How about Angel?
Yes, it does have.
Yes, it does have. And how many flat faces are there?
Just one.
Very good. That's one. And that is in particular, Angel, the bottom face, right? Yeah. The base or the bottom. Or if you are going to turn it upside down, you have the top face, right? So if you have a cone, after a cone, we have a cylinder. In a cylinder, do you have a flat face? Let me ask a grade 9 this time. I'm not confused if this student is a grade 9 or a grade 10. I thought of you guys in the same level already. Most of those who are turning on are the grade 10. Let me ask Juliana. Do you have a flat face of a cylinder, Juliana?
Yes, sir.
And if it is a yes, how many flat faces are there?
One.
One
flat. Wait, cylinder? No, there's
cylinder.
two.
There are
the top
two.
And the bottom.
Very good. The top and the bottom. So we have 2 flat faces for a cylinder. But these flat faces, class, of a cone and the cylinder are the ones that are located in the bottom and the ones that are located on top. But their lateral faces are not flat. Instead, the lateral faces of these figures are curves. So if prisms and pyramids are collectively termed as polyhedra because they have flat faces, for those which has curved lateral faces, the collective term given to them are blank. Starts with C and the O followed by blank, 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 blank. Who can guess the term here? This is not found in your module. This is just some FYIs of solid figures. Conics. That's the term for those solids with flat faces, flat lateral faces. The term is conics. Get it? So conics and polyhedra are collectively called as solid figures. So manay general term sa atong mga figures nga istoryahan karon. These are the general terms. That's why the title of our subject is surface area and volume of solid figures. And these solid figures are subcategorized into 2, conics and polyhedra. Conics are subcategorized into 3, cone, cylinder, and sphere. Polyhedra are subcategorized into 2, prisms and pyramid. Pyramid are subcategorized depending on the base, and prisms are also subcategorized depending on the base. Okay? So I hope you now know the difference between these terminologies so that by the discussion of surface area and volume, it will be understandable as it is. To proceed, class, surface area, let's start with a rectangular prism. A rectangular prism, much like a die, but it's not just a die because a die is a cube. It resembles like a die and it has 6 faces. One on top, one in front, one on the left, one on the bottom, one on the back, and one on the right. All in all, you have 6 faces. And this can be further seen if you create a net figure for a solid or a certain solid. To understand further surface area and volume, and particular surface area, you can draw the net figure of a certain solid. The net figure is like a 2-dimensional representation of a certain solid figure. Mura imo siyang bungkagon ba into a flat surface. So from this figure, you can say that this is your bottom. Let's say this is your bottom. This is your top. No? Ang tabon. This is your back. This is your right, left, and then this is your front. You are going to unfold it, or I mean, you're going to fold it according to the grid lines. Then you can come up with a solid already. Way back when we had normal, traditional classes, the students, before discussing surface area and volume, the students were able to, the students were tasked to draw the net figure of the following solids. In case this will be made as an activity for you guys, probably expect that if in case Mamzen will allow us to give another performance task for the second quarter, expect that I will give you something like this to work on in your house. Make your own net figure of a certain solid. We even made the net figure of a sphere. Imagine that. Huh? So to continue, we have here the formula for the surface area, or rather an example to find the surface area. We have a rectangular prism with the base length 10 units, the base width 5 units, and the height 8 units. If we look at the figure class, notice that we have 2 rectangles. The top and the bottom are the same. The front and the back are the same. So as with the left and the right, rectangles are the same, right? So what's the formula for finding the area of rectangle? Length times width. But this time, let's try to analyze the figure and assume values or assume representations like this one is your height, this one is your width, this one is your length. So this front face and the back face are actually the same. And notice that the dimensions of these is length and height, diba? Length and height. So the area of rectangle is length times height, or length times width, but this time we are having the height, and there are 2 of them, so we have twice the length and the height. From that twice length and the height, how come we did have the twice the width and the height? So from the left face and the right face, or rather the right face and the left face, they are similar. And then to find the area of a rectangle is like length times width, but this time we have the width and the height. So the formula there is width times height, and since there are 2 of them, times 2, to get the formula twice width and height. And you know very well how to do length times width. That's the top and the bottom rectangle. Please be guided with the list of formulas that is found in your module, and you can cut it if you like, paste it in an index card so that you will not write it again. Or you can photocopy it so that you'll have another paper to be cut so that you can place that in an index card ready for it to be used in the upcoming quarterly exam together with perimeter and area. Hello? So to apply the formula and find for the surface area, you have twice length times width plus twice length times height plus twice width times height. Your length is 10 units, your width is 5 units, and your height is 6 units. Depending on the letter in the formula, you substitute the given information. And simplify by multiplication and addition. And you get the total surface area of the rectangular figure as 280 square units. Since we're still talking about area here, class, so the final answer is units squared. Questions? None. So if there's none, then let's try this on your own. Find the surface area of the given figure with the height 12 feet, the width 10 feet, and the length, base length 22 feet. You can use the formula that I have in the module. You can factor out the 2 and then open parenthesis, length times width times height plus length times height. Because you can just factor out the 2 there from the formula. Factor ni mo na siya, leaving length times width plus length times height plus width times height. Now you can use this formula as well. So we have here the given 12, 10, and 2. Lorraine, I think Lorraine already have the answer. Well, if you do have the answer, you can chat your answer in the chat box. We have 1208 for your answers. 1208. I have another answer. I have not answered 1208. What's the chat with Al, Sergio, Sir, Harl rather? What's Sergio, Sir, Harl? Si Rain, Sir po. Ano po ni? There are chats that I don't understand. Maybe you can ask this from the teacher or what? Sorry. Feet squared, I mean, sir, according to Ken. What's your answer, Ken? 1208 units squared. Okay, the correct answer, class, is actually 1208. No? It's just I wrongly pressed my calculator. That is why that is not my answer. So, very good. So, we have the solution here for solving the surface area of the rectangular solid. We have 2 times 22 plus 2 times 22 times 10 plus 2 times 22 times 12 plus 2 times 10 times 12, or the formula 2LW plus 2LH plus 2WH. Simplifying the answers, you'll get 208, or rather 1208 feet squared. Question regarding surface area for rectangular solid. It's quite easy then, especially in Prism, because in Prism you can just simply use these formulas in not Prism, but not to all prisms pala class, because there's a difficult prism that it's quite hard to find for the surface area. The shape of a Toblerone. A Toblerone class is a prism or a pyramid. According to Sir Sim, Toblerone is chocolate. Ano? Is a Toblerone's shape a prism or a pyramid? Let me ask IC. Kaya si IC, sige ni kaog chocolate siguro ba? What matters, sir, is the chocolate, not the Toblerone box, sir. According to IC. IC, is it a prism? Both. according to Neil, prism. According to IC, both daw. The answer is prism. Do not look at it as a figure that looks like this, class. Na, di ba? Inanap man ng Toblerone. But it's a triangular prism. Because if that shape to be like that, and then you call a pyramid because it has triangular lateral faces, but this is not a triangle. To become a pyramid, this should be triangle. But instead, this is a rectangle. So therefore, a Toblerone is a triangular face. So ganyan ang tuwaron, tindugon, making this part here as the base. Kini ato himuon nga base. Then that is a triangle base. Therefore, that is a triangular prism. So a Toblerone's shape, the box I mean is a prism. But is the chocolate inside pyramid? I think it's a yes. So maybe that's the reason why IC answered both, because the chocolate inside is a pyramid. Slightly being a pyramid, di ba? Kaya anak man ano? Can you give me a Toblerone so I can decide if it is a prism or a pyramid? No, joke lang. Yeah. There. Okay, so we have here a triangular prism that looks like a tent or a hut or a Toblerone's box. There are two bases which are triangles, and that is your base and top face. Or in this case, we come up with another figure which is Toblerone shape. So that makes it a bit of a pyramid, yes, but it's not actually, class. It's the one below. Can you see? This one is a face. This is a face, and this is another face. These are the lateral faces. This is your base here, class, and then this is your top face to make it a triangular prism. I gave another features of or another set of formulas in your module. Whatever the shape of your triangle, you just have to apply the formula, add all the areas of the faces. In this case, we have the faces to be the same, since the base triangle is an equilateral triangle. This is the net figure of the triangle, class. The two bases are equilateral. To find the total surface area of a triangle, you have to add the area of the two triangles, then add the area of the rectangles. In this case, we have the area of the two triangles, 1/2 base times height. The base is 12, the height is 15. The 20 there, class, is the slant height, which is eventually the width of the lateral face. The 20 and the 25. Whereas the 15 there that you notice, which is slightly colored in deep black, is the height of your triangle from the vertex perpendicular to the opposite side. So if you multiply 12 times 15 and then the result is divided by 2, you get the value 90. No? So kanang 90, class, muna siya direct represents a first nga 90. Yun eh. And then the second 90 is also the second triangle. Hello? Next, we go to the rectangles. Starting off with the rectangle with the length 12 and the width 25. So, asa man na siya nga rectangle? Kanang nasa bottom, kini siya. This one. With 12 as the length, or rather 25 as the length, and then 12 as the width. Simplify, you'll get 300. Followed by the third rectangle with, or rather the second rectangle, I mean, which is the third shape in the figure. And that will have the dimensions 25 and 20. If we look at it in the figure, 25 and 20 is this one. Okay. And since the other side also has the same 25 and 20, so that is why we have 500 and 500 for the front lateral and for the back lateral. We have all the values of the faces. With all of these being added, you'll get the surface area of the triangular prism. This has to have a meticulous computation because you might be left with a wrong unit giving you a wrong answer. For example, you might end up using here 20 instead of 25. For all the rectangles, you will say that all the rectangles are the same. Probably not. So you have to really look at the given class. So we have the sum of 90, 90 and 300 to get 1,480. So we have the total surface area of the triangular prism, 1,480. What is the formula that I gave in the module? I think it's the sum of all the areas in the rectangle, no? Or in the figure. Area in a triangular prism changes from time to time. In this case, this is an example of an isosceles triangle wherein the two sides are equal. But what if this is a right triangle with the lateral faces being right as well? How will you draw the surface area? It's just that in finding for the hypotenuse, you'll use Pythagorean theorem. Extend your formula to trigonometry applying Pythagorean theorem. But I don't think my problem in the activity goes with complicated figures. Question for triangular prism? So we have here another example. This example has the base triangle with an isosceles triangle as well, no? We have an isosceles triangle. The 7 there, class, the 7 centimeters is the height of the triangle. The 9 is the two equal sides. 8 cm is the base leg or the base of your triangle, which will eventually the width of the bottom rectangle. So much for practice. That is already giving you the answer there, 316 square cm. You can copy the units. You can solve it again later, provided that the answer target is 316 square cm. For cube, there's no cube given. There is just a formula given to you there. 6s squared. Find the area of one square. And then since in a cube, there are 6 equal squares, so you'll just multiply the area of one square by 6. Thus, the formula for the surface area of a cube is 6s squared. For a cylinder, we have here the net figure of a cylinder. Here, class. The net figure of a cylinder is a rectangle and 2 circles. The bottom and the top face, which are the 2 flat faces of a cylinder, are circles and they are equal in each other. Therefore, to find the total surface area of a cylinder, you'll just have to find the area of a circle, multiply it by 2, right? and then find the area of the rectangle, add it to the area of the circle. And look at the, here class, the circle and another circle. Put them together, you'll create the total surface area of a cylinder. But just so you know, class, in this rectangle, this one is the height of the rectangle, tama? This is the height. What about this part here, kining part? What is that in the figure? That will tell you of the circumference of the circle, because that will circumferate the top and the bottom base to create the cylinder, which means to say that the length of this rectangle is the circumference of your circle, which will be 2 pi r. That is why the formula for the surface area of a certain cylinder is 2 pi r squared. Sorry, not 2 pi r squared. 2 pi r h, because that's the length and width, plus pi r squared for one area of a circle times 2. Makes it the total surface area, which I think is found in your module, 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. Let's have some examples here. Here we have a cylinder with a height of 6 units and a base radius of 3 units. To find the area of a circle, we just have to follow pi r squared, where pi is equal to 3.14, radius is 3, raised to the power of 2. You'll get the area of the square, 26 units squared. And since there are 2 of them, you multiply the area of one square, a circle, by 2, you'll get the area of the 2 bases or the 2 flat faces as 56.52 square units. What about the rectangle? I said a while ago that the rectangle is simply the height and the circumference of the circle. The one that will represent the length or the width rather of your rectangle is the circumference of the base circle, which is 2 pi r. So therefore, to find the circumference of the circle, pi d or 2 pi r, you can just have pi d or you can have 2 pi r. They will give you the same answer. We have 18.4, and that will be the length of your rectangle, rather the width or whatever. This is in this frame, it is using the letter B for base, and the height. So we have 18.8 times 6. We have 113.04 as the area of the lateral face. Put together 56.52 and 113.04. So you have the answer 169.56 square units, the total surface area of the figure. Or since you already have the units present, this is your height, this is your radius, most likely. For surface area of the cylinder, you have pi r squared times 2 plus 2 pi r. What you just need here is just the radius and the height. So therefore, you can find the surface area directly applying the formula. Change pi to 3.14, or you can have the answer in terms of pi. It's up to you guys. Question? So then again, the formula is pi. This one is using the diameter class, pi d, but it's just 2 pi r still. 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. Try this example. The diameter is 22, so the radius there is 11, half of 22, with a height of 14 cm. If you have the answer there, type it in the chat box. You can use the formula presented by the frame like this one, or you can use 2 pi r squared h, 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Kin, do you have an answer? 1727. How about the others? Again, my answer is not that one. What's wrong with my calculator, or what's wrong with me? Same answer from Elijah. Same answer from John and Al. From Rain as well. And Carlos and Kiana. But in Carlos, Kiana, and Ali's answer, they don't have unit. So make sure that in your final answer in Edmodo class, you'll really have to place the unit. So the correct answer, class, is 1,727 square units, or 550 pi cm squared. You can have it in pi without changing the pi to 3.14, or with pi being 3.14. So the answer is 1727. As an example, we have here the solution. Here, one, I think that is why my solution, my answer is wrong now. I think this is wrong. One, I'll multiply times 22 times 14. 3.14 times 22 times 14 is supposed to be 967. No? So this is the part that is wrong. Double check in your solution. Murag kini may na wrong, class. Kini may na wrong. It's supposed to be 967.12, right? So this is 967.12 plus 759.88 is 1727 cm squared, and not this one. So a correction from the solution. That is why. What's wrong with me? Maybe I use here 11 and not 22. So let's have another example. Not anymore this one. This is just giving you another figure, but the height is 7 and the diameter is 11. So still the same solution as the one a while ago, class. So we have here the answer, 838.32. I hope that my solution here is now correct. 3.14 times 11 times 7. 241.78. Yeah. 2 times 5.5 squared times 3.14 times 7. 1. What? Oh, wala na palang 7. We have 189. 189.97. Please double check if you're. This is something wrong with my solution still here. No? 2 times 3.14 times 5.5 squared. I think this is 189.97, no? Wrong na sana siya, class. So much for that. So the formula is again 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh or pi dh plus 2 pi r squared, whichever you are going to follow. Anyway, for the taking of the exam, you are guided with the list of formula in your index card. Please copy the given in this figure, class, and then chat me with the correct answer because I doubt if my answer here is correct. 11 diameter, 7 height. Let's proceed with pyramids this time. So here is an example of a net figure from a pyramid with one square base and 4 lateral faces, which are triangles. If the pyramid is a square pyramid, all the faces are equal. But if the rectangle is the base of your pyramid, then you have 2 sets of equal triangles, left and right, front and bottom. And in your module class, I note L to represent slant height. In the formula, if you notice there an L, that will represent the slant height, which means the height of your rectangle, the slant height of the solid. And the formula to find the surface area of a pyramid is 1/2 the slant height times the perimeter plus area of the base. Or you can manually compute the area of all the lateral faces, add it, and then add it with the area of the base. Just the same, class. We have here in this formula, the base is a rectangle. So we have length times width. And the slant height is 8. But the triangles have different sides being a rectangular pyramid. So I think this can be done on a different solution, class. We will use this differently. We will solve this on a different scale. What do you think so in this figure? Is this rectangular pyramid? Is this a rectangular pyramid na distort man ang figure eh? I think this is a rectangular pyramid, class now. Ana. No? I think that's a rectangular pyramid. And then we have here the slant height to be 8, the altitude height, which is 5. So in finding for the slant height of the other rectangle, you can have the 5 and then half of 6, which is 3. So this will be the square root of 5 squared plus 3 squared, applying Pythagorean theorem, right? But in case the formula will not suffice, then just use the one in your module. What is the formula printed in your module, class? Rain, what did I place in your module?
That's ano, sir?
Rectangular pyramid.
Rectangular base pyramid.
I have H1 and H2, right? No.
In surface area, sir.
In surface area.
LW plus LH. HL and HW.
Let me draw the triangle then. A rectangle rather. So if this is the rectangle, and then we have here the broken line represents the one at the back. Hello? So we have here the length and then the width, or depending on which it will be when on the other side. This is the slant height, H sub 1, and this is the slant height, H sub 2. The height H sub 1 will represent the first formula of the triangle as h sub 1 times L or h sub 1 times h times W. And then the height of the second rectangle is represented by h sub 2 multiplied by the base. And then since there are two of them, so we just have it added. And then add the two other rectangles. Because in a rectangular pyramid, you have two equal sides which are, we have two lateral faces which are equal to each other in its size. I hope we have another example here. Because this figure is confusing, class. Naguba ang iyang structure. May have another figure then. Still naguba ang figure. Okay. Let me have here an example. And I want you to give me an answer to this one. Klaro na ba sa inyong figure da, class? Sa inyong frame, klaro na ba? So we have here, I'll give you the height, which is 8. Then we have here 12, and this is 8. Okay, find the surface area of this solid figure. The 8 there is the altitude or the height of your figure. Give it 2 minutes to solve the problem. After 2 minutes, we'll decide on your answer if it's correct or not. Now, if you have the answer, type it in the chat box. Sulungan na to. Hey people, where are you? Where are your answers? Okay, so let us solve it then. Allow me to erase the 8 class. I'll put it in another location. So I will put the 8 here. Here. So this is the 8 units. So to find the first height here, we can use this triangle. So this will represent your first height because this is a right triangle, no? Can you follow? So to find h sub 1, we use the formula for Pythagorean theorem. H sub 1 is equal to the square root of 8 squared plus, what is the value of this side here? This is 4 squared, half of 8. So we have the square root of 8 squared plus 4 squared is 8.94. So that's the first height. The second height, let me make some erasures. The second height can be drawn from this part here until making a triangle again. One. So this is a right triangle again with h sub 2 or height sub 2 or L sub 2 if you're familiar with L, not h. And then this is 6 as the half of 12. So we have h sub 2 is equal to the square root of 8 squared plus 6 squared, and that is 10, exactly 10. So we have now the height of the first triangle with 8.94 and the second triangle with 10. So you can now use the formula which I gave to you there. Surface area is equal to LW plus LH sub 1 plus WH sub 2. So we have here line times width. So we have 8 times 12 plus 12 times the height of that triangle is 8.94 plus 8 as the base, the one here on the left side, times the height of that triangle is 10. So you'll get 8 times 10 plus 12 times 8 plus 8 times 12 times 8.94. You'll get 283.28 units squared. Oy. 283.28 units squared. That's the answer, class. Point 283.28, not 26. Type. So that's how you're going to find the surface area of a certain solid given the figure is a rectangular pyramid. But if it is a square pyramid, that's quite easy because you will only solve for one height. Not unless the height is given or the slant height is given. So you'll just directly use the slant height. But in this case, I gave you the slant height, which is the altitude of your triangle. This one is the altitude, which is the height from the bottom of the base or from the vertex to the base perpendicular to the bottom. Copy. 256 for Ken. Double check ko na ba?
That was a while ago, sir. That
sorry.
Before you changed it.
Sorry. Because I just read the messages. 283.33 from Kiana. If in case you use all the decimal values here, Kiana, then that would be 33. But since we round it off to 0.94, we'll get the answer 0.28 only. Kinira. 283.28. I think this is the non-rounded off, Kiana. Your answer 283.33. Sige lang, consider man ako gyapon. Oy, nawala. Yay. Let's proceed with, for the surface area of the conics class, there is no example here. Please look at the module's formula. For the surface area of the sphere, you'll get there 4 pi r squared, because there's an experiment that is done. The surface area of the sphere can be covered with 4 circles with equivalent circumference to the said circle or to the said sphere. So the formula there is 4 pi r squared, and then for cone, that is pi r squared plus pi rl. Is it pi rl? Pi r squared plus 2 pi rl or pi rl? I think pi rl lang. So we'll have explanations on surface area of cone and volume if in case there's an item in the activity that will be answered with the use of that said formula. Okay? And that would be by Wednesday if we cannot finish it today. Time check. It's already 3:40. Lapas-lapas na ko class. Is it fine if I will continue the last part here? Anyway, this is only a few. Continue lang ko kayo ha. Okay lang ba? Okay, so for volume class, we have the example here for the general formula for volume. Just simply multiply the area of the base by the height. Just simply multiply the area of the base by the height. But there is an experiment again which is done. If you are going to compute the volume quantity of a pyramid to a prism, 3 times of that pyramid is equivalent to 1 prism. That is why the volume, notice the formula for rectangular pyramid and rectangular prism. For the formula for rectangular pyramid is length times width times height. For the rectangular prism, it's 1/3 length times width times height. So for easy to be, so that you'll memorize it easier, the area of, or rather the volume of a rectangular prism is 3 times to that of the rectangular pyramid. So also with cone and cylinder. So we have here an example. Rectangular prism. The area of the base is length times width multiplied by the height, which is 3. So the volume of this rectangular pyramid, or rectangular prism rather, is 96 cubic feet. Just multiply the 3 class. 10 times 22 times 12. That's the easier solution there. 22 times 10 times 12. You'll get 2,640. 2,640 is your answer. But please be reminded, the formula will end with the unit cubic units or units cube, because we're now talking about volume. For cylinder, it's pi r squared h. Just simply multiply the radius to the height, square the radius and multiply it to the height. If you wish to change pi to 3.14, then you can as well. So this is the solution. The last one. Here, class, there's a comparison. 3 pyramids is equal to 1 prism. So that is why for a volume of a prism, 1/3 to that is the volume of a pyramid. More examples and discussions will be done as soon as we check your activities in the module. I think I am over time. I'm supposed to end at 3:30. So this coming Wednesday, we will discuss more of your questions as soon as we check your activities presented in the module then. Question before we end the call? Sorry for an overtime. This won't happen again. See you on Wednesday class for checking the activities in your module. Goodbye, everyone.